Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Why Try Kid. So today we have an interesting topic that me personally just wanted to touch on. I don't know how old everybody is watching this video or how old you guys are going to be watching this video, but in this day and age, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to relate to this video on some level. So, let's talk about what's going on in the world today. I was thinking of making this video more so kind of like a podcast, maybe, simply because, that's kind of more so what it's going to be geared towards. It's just going to be me talking over some music, But honestly, I think this is what needs to be done. And there's a lot going on in my life right now, so why not have a little conversation about it? So I think I might call this podcast The Dilemma. Alright, because it is a dilemma. Right. I was just scrolling through Instagram and it's so weird. It's like I want to delete it. Alright, you want to delete Instagram, you want to delete all these useless apps that you have on your phone that are just taking your attention and feeding you nonsense. Me personally, let me just break it down. I feel like we as a civilization, as a society, as a people, as a race, I feel like we are going in the wrong direction. I feel like we are going not just downhill, but we are the most intelligent species, as far as we're concerned, known to man, or whatever the case may be. We are the most intelligent. We are very intelligent hunter-gatherers. Like I was watching a YouTube video or like Instagram reel the other day, and there was this guy hunting a turkey, right? And when I analyzed the video and thought about it a little more, it's like, yo, we're intelligent as fuck. We're the only species that can camouflage. We can not camouflage, but we have the ability to camouflage. We have the logicality to do that. We can mimic other animals. We can hunt just by any other. We're at the top of the food chain. And that was just my takeaway from the video. But when you think about society today, think about just how things work in everything, just everything as a whole. We're not really living to our full potential. Think about it like this. I'm going to touch on a couple subjects in this video. As a matter of fact, since we do that, I'm going to give me a pen. Right? Alright, so first thing we're going to touch on is the wars. All these wars that we're in the middle of are going on and, spawning out of nowhere. What the fuck? What is happening? I don't know if you guys talked about it in science or in school, but when you talk about the origin of the universe and the origin of us, stuff of that nature, you realize there's filters. There's a lot of species that didn't make it through those filters, whether it be diseases or an asteroid or a great flood or some great change in the atmosphere or the weather, anything of that nature. War, a nuclear bomb, self-extermination is one of those filters. It's one of those things where it could definitely make or break our race, being at nuclear war with each other, famine, all types of shit. So, what do we do about it? Very weird question, and this is my first time doing any type of video like this, so if I'm going off on a rant, you can always skip through the video. But let's talk on this question. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about all the awful stuff going on in the world? constantly at war because of money. Matter of fact, scratch everything I said before. Let's start with money. Corporate greed has quite literally changed the way our world works. And let's break that down. Corporate greed. So, think about your phone. Think about the lengths that company went to make sure that you have that phone. That you heard about that phone has all the features you want. You're always on that phone. Corporate greed. That can branch into so many topics, because one thing in Instagram, TikTok, all these apps that we use so often, when you really think about it and you look it up and you do your research on it, these apps really take advantage of the way your brain works. It stimulates your brain. When you swipe, there's something new every post. Sometimes it may be funny. You may go on there to see certain posts, and it's not going to give you all the posts you want. Of course, it's going to give you a couple extra posts. I'm just throwing all these things in there. There's, it's an algorithm that takes advantage of what you want to see. Just think about that. Just think about it. When you open up an app, everything you click on, everything that you looked at, that you like, it shows you more of that. Now, that'd be cool, all fine and dandy and everything, but they just think deeper for a minute in the way the app is organized. The way all the updates they've had over the years. Why have they changed the look of Instagram? Why is that? Why did they add Reels? Why does every app seemingly have this swipe pattern now? Because it's addicting. It's addicting. It takes advantage of your brain in so many ways. Just like all the apps are colorful or high contrast. You look at TikTok, it's white on black. Look at Instagram, it's rainbow colored. You look at Facebook or Meta, it's either that blue. I think that's rainbow too at this point. I don't know what the fuck X got going on. Elon Musk is his own ball game, but you gotta understand where I'm coming from. Market, what is it called? Capitalistic game. So first off, you have these phones that are taking advantage of your whatever, and then think just a tidbit. Like, I eat at Chick-fil-A, right? And around 2019, 2020, Chick-fil-A, I'm pretty sure a milkshake used to cost like $3. 12-count nugget used to be like $5 or $6. Now, I'm pretty sure it's $11. And the crazy thing is, the prices are still going up. I shit you not. I looked at my receipts the other day, and I can probably screenshot it and try to put it on here. They raised the prices right before my eyes. Because I used to get like 2, 5, or 7 counts or something like that, whatever it is, and it would come up to about $11. Now they're like 7. So if I get 2 of them, that's 14. They're making us pay more for the same amount of stuff. And it's not because, we have a shortage. It's not because, they're not making profit or anything like that, or any of that shit. It's literally simply because they want more money. Corporate greed. They want more money. We want more money, so we're going to take advantage of the fact that you eat our food on an everyday basis, and you're probably not going to notice that we've upped our price 180% in the last 3 years. Let's look it up. How much has Chick-fil-A prices gone up? 21% over 2 years. Yeah, buddy. 22%. A Chick-fil-A franchise only costs about $10,000 and makes about $4.5 million. Yeah, man. As inflation rages, like, dude, you can't sit here and tell me, right? You cannot sit here and tell me that this shit is not getting out of hand. People like me, we can't buy a house, simply because it's so expensive. We're not getting paid enough, but these corporations that are not paying us enough, they're making more money because they're raising their prices. What's up with that? How we gonna afford the shit that you're raising the price on if you don't pay us enough to do that? It's a very complicated situation, but there's not much we can do about it as people if we're not gonna stand up against it. You know what I'm saying? We're getting these laws passed and regulations and all this other bullshit passed that nobody said, yeah, we want that. It was just like some rich dudes in a group with some suit and ties was like, you know what, this sounds like a good fucking idea. And here we are. It's very like, yeah, man. I stopped my day to make this little video because I was like, dude, what are we gonna do? Like, and I'm not trying to incite violence or anything. I don't want people to go crazy or anything, but at what point are we going to like say we don't want to do this anymore? You know, history points to empires falling. You know, when they start getting out of control and start getting too greedy, people overthrow it. People are like, yeah, we don't want to do this anymore. That's how I feel. That's how I feel very often, thinking about our government, thinking about the wars that we're in right now, just how much we're paying for everything, the laws that are getting passed that, you know, aren't even being approved by the people. People are, you know, we just have all these laws that are passed that's just like, yep. And nobody said, yeah, we need that. Yeah, we want that. Yeah, that's definitely something we need. It's just getting passed by people that have no idea of the struggles that the normal, everyday, average person goes through. So I'm gonna be honest with you, the normal, average, everyday person is not in the government. They're not. They don't have a seat in that table. Sucks. But you know, what are we gonna do? What's the solution? At some point, we all have to come together and put our foot down and be like, okay, well, we're not gonna put up this and do this anymore. We're going to change the way things are. We're going to take back control of our land, our government, or whatever the case may be. Because let's be honest, the Republican Democratic Party has just kind of been separating us more and more over time, over the years. More and more and more and more and more. When in all reality and honesty, we're all in the same class. Think about it like this. And this is something I thought I was thinking about a little more so before I made this video. Like, as people, think about it like this. Think about the utopia that could be if all this bullshit wasn't surrounding us and people weren't greedy and everything wasn't about money. We could be living on the moon. We could be living on Mars. We could be living somewhere magnificent. We could be using all of our intellect. We could be together as people. We could all be having one mission, which is survivability. Using our brains and our, you know, amazing attributes. We are amazing beings. We have like, look at our hands. Our hands are jointed in such ways that we can do so much. We can grip, grab, pull, point, pull. We could do anything. We could do a lot of stuff that no other organism on this planet is as well rounded as we are. And we have done it. We've used that to create what? We've used it to create a system that dulls our brains, infects us with diseases, you know, slows us down. You know, literally, quite literally diseases us. Like, our air is polluted. You know, the food that we have is not poison, quote unquote, but it is pretty much poison. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that they put in food just to make it taste good and to last. Do you feel me? If you take cheese and you grate it and then you put it in a bag, it's going to start sticking together. Of course, you don't want that. But if you go to the store and you get some grated cheese, it's not going to stick together. It's because they put fucking sawdust in there. And there's nothing crazy about that. There's nothing, whoa, you know, out of this world. But it's just like the stuff, the lengths that we go to eat something good or to make something look good or taste good. You know, Red 40, another thing of controversy, you know, causes neuropathical issues in younger children. It's in everything. Literally, Gatorade. cranberry juice, fucking everything has red 40 in it, and it's a color additive that they add just to make it look good. We are living in a shit bucket when literally we should be living in like a floating ring in space, dog. Like, we are so intelligent, but we're sitting here fighting over who's more intelligent, or who's doing it faster, who's getting there faster. We're arguing about, oh, whose hair is what color this, or who's that, or who has this chromosome, or who has this chromosome, or who lives on that side, or who lives on this side, or who supports this, or who supports that. Who gives a fuck about any of that? Who gives a shit about any of it? I don't give a shit about any of that, bro. When I wake up in the morning, I don't see anybody that makes me go, oh my god, what the fuck is that wrong with that person, dude? Right? We are made to be divided at this point, and if you're still letting it get to you and dividing yourself amongst people, then you're a fucking idiot. Inside my mind, we have one goal as a human race, and that is to survive as long as possible. All those movies that you see back in the day of space travel and, space expedition, if you go back and really look at them and you look at the plot of those movies, there's a reason we left Earth. There's always a reason. Whether it be we became technologically advanced enough to expand into space, or we polluted our Earth so bad it's no longer habitable, or there was a nuclear fallout and we had no other option but to move out into space and find a new habitable planet. There's a plethora of options. Those filters I was telling you about, there's a lot of them. But we're racing towards all of them at like 20 miles per hour right now, and nobody gives a fuck because everybody is just focused on money. It's all about money. You know what I'm saying? The energy companies just want money. The car companies just want money. The food companies just want money. Our government just wants money. The fucking manufacturers just want money. Everybody just wants fucking money. But when when our planet blows the fuck up, there ain't gonna be no money that can save you. You feel me? Because it was like, okay, well, all that money you put into your mansion and your raise and all this other bullshit, all these millions and trillions and billions of dollars that are getting taxed the same as the people all the way at the bottom, which makes no fucking sense. All that money is gonna be nothing. All this money that's floating around the world, and none of it is being put towards the human race. And I know there's money being put towards the human race, but I mean a substantial amount of money put towards the human race. We as human beings, our life expectancy, trying to make sure we stay on this earth for as long as possible, or if we do need to venture out into into space as it may be, or would be ready to do that. Because right now it's a scary thought. We're not, and nobody thinks about that. Nobody is focusing on that. And as I don't know what kind of human being you would call me, but in the back of my mind, that should be our only goal. If that was our only goal, then everything else would be different. The farmers, you know what I'm saying? We're being taken over by corporate farmers. Farmers would flourish because not only are they replenishing our ecosystem, they are feeding us. Jobs are different. Our goal is to expand the human race. Well, if that's the case, then you know what I'm saying, we don't have this, oh well, this motherfucker's different, or this motherfucker supports that, or this motherfucker supports this. We would have, like, you could use your imagination. Our system would be so magnificently different. Things would be so much different. Jobs would be different. Your life would be different. Your family would be different. Your entire outlook on life as it may be would be different. But sadly, greed has affected us throughout history, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And now we're living in not the utopia from those movies in the past, but we're living in the dystopia, like Cyberpunk, the fucking picture you're looking at right now. Yeah, it's advanced, you know, it's cool or whatever. But if you've played the game and you've gone to the slums and all the other bullshit, it's not really that cool of a place to live. You know what I mean? The rich are separated from the poor. No matter who you are, you don't have a say in government unless it's through corruption, which flourishes because there's so much money involved. How could you not? If somebody offers you more money, or somebody says, well, I'm not going to pay you, and I'm going to just fuck your life up, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if everybody else is following along? Are you going to be the guy that gets killed and thrown off of this fucking building right here into the water that nobody ever finds your body? That's where we're going right now. That's where we're fucking headed, guys. And that's not gonna matter because we're living in over here. We don't have and that shit affects us because we let them get so rampant and we let them go so far and it gets so bad. Just like we really don't have a choice now. There's really no standing up as a people if they get so powerful that, like, an interesting concept my coworker told me one time. It was like, I'm not going out. If they grab the pitchforks and we try to overthrow our government, I'm not going out there. I said, why? He said, all they gotta do is press a button. And I didn't even follow it because, like, that's a sad, interesting concept to think about as well. Would they kill? I feel like our government would definitely kill our people if we tried to overthrow them. I feel like they would definitely kill a couple of motherfuckers. Like we ain't gonna kill them all, but we gonna kill some of these niggas just to let them know we not fucking around. Dog, what? Interesting times for you. Very, very interesting, complex times. Like, there's no time like right now. I don't think there's been a day and age that's going as fast paced as what we have right now. Things are constantly changing, constantly, on a daily basis. Whereas in the 70s or 80s, there was times of peace, there was times of depression, uprising. Of course, times of change, but change takes time. We're changing day by day now, dude. Literally day by day. Things are happening at such a fast pace, people can't even keep along. And when you try to, sometimes it becomes overwhelming. Because there's just so much going on, Our government in Moderna, not to anyone's surprise, is trying to pass a bird flu. And are making money off of it already simply because they started advertising it a couple months ago, which I know everyone remembers. I know at least one or two of us have seen a bird flu something in the news or on an article, and long story short, to nobody's surprise, their profits went up. All they gotta do is place like 2 ads spread out over a week, and it'll be in the back of people's minds. This is what I'm talking about. People taking advantage of your brain and the way your brain works for money. It all comes back to money. They're not trying to save you from the bird flu. There is no bird flu really going on right now. And if there is a bird flu going on, then I'm not. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Like, everything, all the puzzle pieces come together in the worst way. Just like Biden talking about, there's gonna be another virus, there's gonna be another pandemic, and now all this bird flu stuff is coming about, literally just like warnings. And now, of course, Moderna makes money, and then of course now they're going full-fledged. Well, yeah, we might have to. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. Please get the fuck out of here. Like, dude, stuff is so bad and corrupt, and people don't see it and realize it at this point. It bothers the shit out of me. It definitely bothers me because I'm a very intelligent person. I think about this stuff pretty often. This is the world that I live in. We're living in the future. The future may not look like this, but this is what our future looks like. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s, they had a different future in mind, and this was not it. This was definitely not it. Not corporations being so greedy that they're taxing and taking our money to the point we can't survive, can't afford things. You know what I'm saying? And, people have no decision making whatsoever. In the 70s or the 80s, I guarantee you, if the government tried to pull some shit on the people would have an issue with that, and something would happen. Nowadays, people are so glued to their phone or whatever the case may be. If some shit goes down, they're not going to be there. They're not going to. It doesn't affect me. Times are bad. And this is the dilemma. This is what we're dealing with. And it's just my opinion. You know, I might just upload this video fully uncut because, you know, it's just a raw video. You know, this is just how I feel about what's going on in the world right now. It's very complex. You know, I don't know what we should do. You know, I mean, like I said, all history points to people coming together and standing up against their government, but who else is ready to do that? I'm sure as hell ready to do it. I'll stand up to our government any day. I don't give a fuck, man. If I gotta die to make change that my son doesn't live in fucking the worst time in history, or, you know, whatever, I'll do what I gotta do. What the hell? What's going on?
Months now, and this is the longest I think I've ever gone without.
Okay, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, man. Again, this is just my opinion. This is just how I feel. You know, you don't have to agree or disagree, but you can definitely leave how you feel in the comments right now. You know, I don't know how many people this video is going to reach. I don't have a lot of subscribers or watchers right now. It's literally a random video that I'm just recording in the middle of the day, not editing, uploading. I don't even expect it to get 100 views. But for the people that it does reach, tell me how you feel. You know, because I talked about a lot in this video. This is a lot to take in. There's a lot going on in the world right now. You know, life is not easy. You know, this shit is kind of